Hello everyone! Decided to take the video of my garden when it's raining. We even have flood watch here in Maryland. But the tomatoes and peppers and everything else looks so juicy, so let's go around and see what I have. I don't have enough space for everything, so I tried to put as much as I can and close together. That's why it looks like a huge pile of tomatoes, but they actually have space, and they all totally different kinds. I have orange tomatoes and yellow and cherries and big ones and pink ones over here. So, and I have a couple little tomatoes. You see the green ones over there? They're all blooming. Here is the tomatoes that I planted the very last, so they are not that tall. You see in the middle the other baby tomato. Here is my asters. I don't know how to pronounce those flowers. But these tomatoes I got from Costco. They were 3 in 1 and they call them patio tomatoes. I've never got them before, but now I have tomatoes in there. This is my daughter's garden. She has a little bit of everything in here. It's like a little container. And then, oh my gosh, I have to step over everything. This is the first one. It's kind of oval tomatoes. They look the same, but I'm hoping that they will be super different. This is the yellow one, and that is the orange. I don't even remember if I did plant any orange tomatoes before. This is my rosemary. I got it last year also from Costco. It wasn't that big, but this year it survived through the winter and it looks amazingly green and smells so good. Also, here is the onions. We eat the green part of it. And this is my field of peppers. This year I decided to can. If everything will be okay, I will be canning a lot. Also, I got so many different types of peppers. I did try to choose orange and yellow and definitely red. These piles of tomatoes should be a little bit hot. I don't like hot too much, but those everything sweet tomatoes. I also use cages. People told me that they don't use cages on tomatoes because tomatoes are strong enough to hold on. But for me, it's way better when the cage holds the pepper, because it separates from each other, and at the same time, it's easy to move around. And I don't know. I just like cages on peppers too. They are blooming. Some of them have little peppers already. Okay, that's how my raspberry bushes look like. I got raspberries in a little containers from Walmart, and they grew huge and big. I know that I have to cut out the extra stems that don't have berries on them. There is a big process. I didn't have chance to fix that. This is the pink or red raspberries, and they kind of sourish. And these raspberries I got also from Walmart. They are yellow and sweet. They are so sweet. They are amazing. I actually bought only one bush of yellow raspberries, but they are 2 years old. And my kids love just coming and eating from the bush. Me too. And here is my fig tree. It survived through the winter. We had way more, but they actually didn't went through the winter. We put over the tire over the bush, and then we covered it with the needles or whatever we had, and actually it helped. So if you need to save something, just cover it with the tire and some greens. Oh, I don't know. It works. It's perfectly well, and the figs are really sweet from this tree. Here is my innovation. It's called gardening in containers. I use the oil huge jars. My husband cut them in two, and we made a lot of holes on the bottom. It was pouring rain, as you see right now. It's raining, but it's not that bad as 15 minutes ago. That's why I came outside to see if the cucumbers full of water, but they are not. It works amazingly well. I'm sorry, I'm holding the umbrella. So the method of gardening in a bucket, jar, whatever you have, is that you put 1/4 of mulch on the bottom. Then you put, my hands are shaking because this umbrella. Then you put 1/4 of the container with the grass. You mow in the grass. You can just go and find who is mowing, your neighbors. Put 1/4 of it, and then fill half of it, the rest of it, with the good soil. I'm usually trying to find soil on sale because it's hard to fill all of these big containers with the good soil. So, and I'm actually already planted almost all my cucumbers in the containers. This is my first year. I'm not sure how it will work, but I'm super excited about that. It wasn't that hard to make the containers, and people telling to put around the edge either something that will not cut the cucumbers when they will grow. I'm gonna tie them and put them up, but for right now I put the pool noodles to protect if they will, because the edges of this metal thing is super sharp. Even to protect myself, probably good. So this is the cucumbers from the seeds. You see they are small. These cucumbers, oh, one fell, I got from the nursery. They were pretty big. They couple days in this container. Here is another container of cucumbers. I guess I overcrowded it a little bit because I didn't know if anything will survive. But this is an old plastic sink that works the same way. The soil, I would probably put the cucumbers in the soil, but soil next to the fence is so terrible and hard because we had a plum tree in here. So I decided not to bother myself and do the container stuff. This is also my cucumbers that I bought as the plant. Look what I created. Ooh, it's raining. That's regular pipes. I built this construction so I can put like a rope around and they will climb up. I did see this method on YouTube and it looks like it works great. So that is a new container I just filled out today, because when you buy soil on sale you have to make a couple trips, and I couldn't find it for a week. I already have cucumbers to plant over there. Okay, here's my cucumbers too. I seeded them in the ground from this part of the ropes. They are probably a couple weeks old. From the other part, I just seeded them maybe 3 days ago. Because the weather is so humid and hot, they grow super fast. And they're gonna climb up this laundry rope, or how you call this type of rope, up, which is super good. Okay, over here I have little space for the zucchini or squash. I don't remember what I planted these ones, but oh, I'm gonna show you. I have one hand to take this video so the rain will not. I think that is zucchini. They survived through the frost. I did cover them. Unfortunately, we had a terrible frost in beginning of May, and I already planted half of my garden. Look how cool is that. So this is the first ones, and those I planted after, and they were seeded in the little containers, and then I replanted them. This I got from Weiss Market, and also they kind of small because I got them really little, and they were I don't know, there is a shady part because of the fence, so they don't grow as well as those that is on the full sun. I guess this is my greens. I have it over here. I have another bush of rosemary. I have some basil over here. I need to weed a lot because weeds grow faster than anything else. I have tons of dill, and we're already eating it. As you can see, I cut a lot over here. I love fresh dill. I use it with the salads, egg salads, fresh salads, soups, a lot of stuff, and canning also. Dill is amazing for canning. To save the space, I decided to put some peppers in here. I think those two types are mild hot. Maybe I will use it for canning. This one, either parsley or cilantro. I have no idea. The rain kind of bitten it. You can see it's laying down. But it will be okay. It's just because we had a severe storm over here with the terrible thunderstorms. And over there I have sorrel. If you never heard about sorrel, it's like a spinach. It has a sourish taste to it. You can also add it to salads or make green soup or something like that. So I seeded those ones, but this sorrel, look how big is that. It has seeds already. Woo! So that survived through the winter. The rest of it, I had tons of it, but the winter was crazy. It was hot and cold and hot and cold, and I feel like it destroyed the sorrel. You eating the leaves from it. It is the beginning of June, but I did want to show you the zucchini. They all blooming. You see over there? Lots of flowers. And this is what I'm telling you about the containers. So the metal ones are good, but at the same time plastic containers are good. These plastic containers were broken on the bottom. I had a couple holes, and I used them to cover the tomatoes when we had a very cold weather. And then I decided, I found the space over here outside the garden, and I decided to do the same. Little bit of mulch, a little bit of grass, and then half of it of the soil. I have already zucchini, green ones, for planting. I decided not to plant today because it's heavily raining. I didn't want the roots to be washed, but you see the drainage of the container, it's good. The soil is wet, but it doesn't have water. I ran outside when the rain kind of stopped to see if they over flooded. They are not. Just put a lot of holes on the bottom and you are safe. These are the plants I'm planning to bring outside when the weather will be a little bit better. I even tried to buy a melon. You see how big those are? Those are zucchini, and this is cucumbers. This is my garden in the front yard. Actually, I had a lot of irises here and other flowers, but this year I decided to move everything around and try to make a little bit of garden. So it's partially garden, partially flower bed. So I planted the golden something. What is this orange flowers called? That is my squash. it was flooded. It was halfway covered because of the crazy rain we had a couple minutes ago. But also I planted a lot of peppers. That's how they look like. And this year I decided to put mulch around. So I'm buying mulch and just putting it around the plants. So what it does, it saves from weeds, and it also keeps moisture in. And it looks better than like a regular soil. And this soil, oh, it's terrible over here. This is my Costco buy, probably a month ago. This is the blackberry bush. It looks amazing. It has some flowers, but somebody eating blackberries while they're green. There is another one. Some flowers. Look what I decided to do. I put 6 of the peppers right in the middle over here. I'm not sure about the cages. Let's try not to use them, at least over here. And then another buy from Costco. This is the regular raspberries. Look how huge they are. I also got them maybe a month and a half ago. They are amazing. I love them. They look like so healthy. And there is a couple berries somewhere, not that much. This is my mint. And I did use this mint to do a mint jelly. Not jelly, like a preserve. It's kind of interesting. Sometimes, but not every day, I can eat it. It's kind of strange taste. People liked it. I do like everything minty, but not in this case. And here is another 2 peppers. You see, I gave them space because they grow pretty big. On my backyard garden, it's hard to give space to the plants because I would like to have as much as I can over there. And here is my mint and some decorative thing. And this is my zucchini. And you know what I noticed this year? A lot of my neighbors started doing garden. I'm doing garden here in Maryland for the last 10 or 11 years. So every year I have a garden. Usually it's almost the same, but this year it's kind of bigger because I'm gonna can. I'm gonna do a lot of canning, and I'm buying the jars slowly because, you know, you don't wanna like go and be, wow, I spent so much on the jars or, you know, canning supplies. But I'm doing it slowly. Everything is growing. So yeah, I'm gonna take more videos if the garden will change dramatically, so you can see the difference. Probably 2-3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. So maybe I will start getting any vegetables to eat. Thank you for watching.